Good evening. Welcome to The Global Shift, where we explain complicated financial phenomena using unnecessarily elaborate metaphors and occasional puppet shows. Tonight, we're talking about Bitcoin, the digital currency that's currently making people either frantically call their therapists or desperately search for the receipt from that hardware wallet they bought. Yes, Bitcoin. It's like watching your eccentric uncle's midlife crisis in real time, unpredictable, slightly concerning, and you're not entirely sure how it's going to end. For those unfamiliar with Bitcoin, it's essentially digital money that exists on something called a blockchain, which is like a really complicated spreadsheet that everyone can see, but nobody can change without everyone else agreeing. It was created by someone named Satoshi Nakamoto, who might be one person, might be multiple people, or might be our resident pessimistic pigeon wearing a trench coat. Nobody knows. Bitcoin recently hit the $100,000 mark on the CME in November 2024. That's right, $100,000 for something that doesn't physically exist. It's like paying for the concept of Tuesday, except Tuesday doesn't require massive computing power and enough electricity to power a small nation. But then December happened. Dramatic music. December closed below November's high, which according to our analysis suggests we're now looking at a potential 3-month collapse into March 2025. We're talking about a possible 50% drop, since major support lies well below the market at the $53,000, $56,000 range. That's not just a dip. That's the kind of drop that makes your stomach feel like it's auditioning for an Olympic gymnastics team. Now, there's a common belief that Bitcoin will eventually replace the dollar as the world's reserve currency. But here's the thing. It can't. A fixed amount of currency that doesn't expand would unleash major deflation and a monumental Great Depression. It would be like trying to run a marathon while wearing shoes that don't stretch and are 3 sizes too small. Sure, you could do it, but why would you want to? The real problem isn't what we use as money, it's the political system behind it. Blaming the dollar for our economic problems is like a murderer claiming he didn't kill that person. The gun did. It's a convenient distraction from the actual issues. Bitcoin, like everything else in the financial world, has cycles. It ebbs and flows. And right now, we're seeing a pattern forming that suggests we're heading into a significant correction. With December closing below November's high, we're looking at a potential downside move that could test support levels not seen since early 2024. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is being used as an escape hatch. Europeans are using it to get money out of Europe as the Chinese were doing to get money out of China. It's like watching passengers scramble for lifeboats while the captain insists the ship is just taking on a little water for fun. The Federal Reserve has made it clear they have no desire to be involved in any government effort to stockpile cryptocurrency. Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, explicitly stated, "We're not allowed to own Bitcoin. The Federal Reserve Act says what we can own, and we're not looking for a law change." That's central bankers speak for please stop asking us about this, we have actual problems to solve. The question is Bitcoin in a bubble that's now bursting? Well, when companies like MicroStrategy only pitch one side of the market and never consider there might be a correction, that's usually a pretty good sign. It's like a skydiving instructor who only talks about the exhilarating freefall and never mentions the importance of a working parachute. There's now a serious risk of a 3-month collapse in Bitcoin into March 2025, which could be up to 50% since major support lies well below the market at the $53,000, $56,000 range. That's not just a dip. That's the kind of drop that makes your stomach feel like it's auditioning for an Olympic gymnastics team. But hey, on the bright side, if you're looking to get into Bitcoin, you might soon have a much better entry point. And if you already own some, well, maybe consider taking a nice, relaxing vacation somewhere without internet access for the next few months. Join us next week when we'll explain derivatives trading using nothing but a blindfolded man juggling chainsaws and a choir of accountants singing "It's All Coming Back to Me Now" in minor key. And hey there, viewer, check out the Global Money Puzzle on Amazon with the link below in the description. And why not smash that subscribe button for The Global Shift? We're bringing you these financial insights weekly with just enough humor to prevent you from hiding under your bed with your emergency gold coins.